All right, ladies and gentlemen, lots of striker conversation materializing. More looks like interest towards youngsters. Chelsea 2030 vision, and there's a little bit about Christian Pulisic as well. So let's get on with this. All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get straight into this. First up, Youssufa Moukoko. There's some information that's coming out in regards to this player. Just maybe a couple of days ago, we thought Chelsea's probably not, in this particular player anymore. But some news coming out saying maybe there is still interest. Florian Plettenberg. When it comes to German news, as I've always said, he's probably the one to believe. Breaking news, Moukoko contract extension at BVB is not closed, as his agent confirms at Sky. So a couple of days ago, you would have seen reports from Dortmund side of things saying that they're getting closer and closer to get a contract extension with Moukoko. And it seems like he's probably going to sign on and stay at Dortmund a little bit longer. But apparently that's not true. Offered to less and not as reported between 5 to 6 million euros, much less. So financially, I've always said Dortmund shouldn't be able to compete. Like, there are apparently other clubs, Premier League clubs, that are interested in this particular player. There's no way when it comes to, offering the kind of package, the salary package, there's no way Dortmund should be able to compete. And this seems to be the case. CFC, Chelsea, seriously pushing for him. There were concrete talks about numbers. Player wants a decision soon. So look, as I said, in recent times, prior to the news which came a couple of days ago saying that maybe, this is not happening, he's probably staying at Dortmund, the contract extension is probably going to happen. And apparently Chelsea haven't even been in contact. But it looks like now, once again, this is the thing. What do you want to believe? Who do you want to believe? It's very difficult at times. But I think as I said, German news, Florian Plettenberg, if we can't believe this guy, then we might as well not believe anything in media. But as I said previously, this is a particular player I wouldn't mind getting. He's not going to be a starter to, kick things off, but at least you probably will be a first-team player, much like how he is at Dortmund. And in fact, he starts at Dortmund, and he's done well at Dortmund. So with Armando Broja gone for the rest of the season, and God knows where his future going to be after he comes back, how he comes back, I think someone like Youssufa Moukoko is what we should probably bank on, not just now, but also for the future as well. I think he's potentially going to be Germany's number 9 moving forward. So that's a big deal. And I know we've got David Datro Fofana, but I think David Datro Fofana, even though it's a good move, it's a good price, I think roughly about 10 to 12 million euros, but he ain't starting for Chelsea Football Club right now. So he may be going out for a loan. And then in the future, we could potentially have both Youssufa Moukoko and David Datro Fofana, which looks very, very promising indeed. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, still a little bit about Youssufa Moukoko. Youssufa Moukoko's agent, Patrick Williams. I can confirm that we are currently not closing in on an agreement with Borussia Dortmund to sign a new contract. There you go. That's from Fabrizio Romano, which hopefully gives us a bit of a chance to get this particular player. Now, in regards to Christian Pulisic, he did a podcast. I can't remember who he did that with, but some information. But you know how things work in football. This is from the Evening Standard. Further goes on to say, things change quickly and anything can happen. At the moment, I'm just pushing myself in training and working at Chelsea because that's where I am right now. Look, the recent stream I did with Eunice and talking about reacting to Liam Toomey's article in regards to some of these players could be a little bit volatile coming back from the World Cup. A lot of emotions that's been invested in this particular tournament, and their position at Chelsea Football Club hasn't always been stable. One of them is Christian Pulisic. Look, you'd think he should be given a proper chance now, but you never know. Before the World Cup, Christian Pulisic, every time he got the chance, he did fairly well, but he was never a regular. Like every time he did well, next game he didn't start. And there were a couple of times where he wouldn't start for 2 games straight. So What happens now off the back of a really good World Cup? They've had a bit of a rest as well. I fully expect Christian Pulisic to be take part in that match against Bournemouth as soon as Premier League kicks off. But it's to be seen. Does Graham Potter rate Christian Pulisic? Where does Christian Pulisic's future lie? He's saying that he's focused with Chelsea Football Club, but anything can happen in football. And on that note, that anything can happen in football, apparently Bayern Munich are interested in Christian Pulisic. Bayern Munich could go for Christian Pulisic, but it depends on Sadio Mane's injury. If he turns out to be out for a long time, Bayern can try for Pulisic or Marcus Thuram, the latter of whom is free in the summer. This from Dematio. If I'm being absolutely honest, further goes on to say, Chelsea does not want to let Pulisic go at all at the moment. If they find a replacement for him, that will change. So Chelsea stands in regards to Pulisic is they're not really keen to let him go. But if someone does come in, they'll listen to it. Look, first of all, Marcus Thuram. If I'm being absolutely honest, Bayern Munich probably should go for Marcus Thuram. Like Marcus Thuram, what he did when he came off the bench against Morocco was pretty good. And Marcus Thuram, in overall, not just that particular match, I don't want to just look at the recent event. He's actually a very, very good player. There was a moment where I'm pretty sure he played for Borussia Mönchengladbach, or he still plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Correct me if I'm wrong. There was massive hype about him. He's a very good player, quick player. Much like all those other young sort of wingers out there, probably needs to be a little bit more decisive in the final third. But he's probably a little bit, in my opinion, he's probably better than Christian Pulisic. So if I'm Bayern Munich on a free Marcus Thuram, who has the experience of Bundesliga, I'm probably going for him. But if that doesn't materialize, Christian Pulisic, from Chelsea perspective, probably thinking, well, we're interested in Marcus Thuram, but that's all right. We'll be looking at players like Rafael Leao. Obviously, Nkunku is coming through as well. There are other players that we're linked with. Christian Pulisic to Bayern Munich, if he's got experience in the Bundesliga, if Bayern Munich is keen and we don't have any plans for Christian Pulisic, I say let's do the deal. But if we have a stance, our owners are US based. If we have a stance that now this is the marquee player from United States and we want to keep him and build our brand in United States with this player, then let's utilize him. He is not entirely that bad. Only issue is, can he stay fit? But in recent times, I think it's shown that he's been all right. He's picked up a knock in the match against Iran, but all of that is impact-related, injuries. I'm more concerned when he has those niggly injuries in relation to muscle or this, that, the other. But if it's an impact one, what can you do? The only thing you can do is probably just size up, get a little bit more physical. But as I said, I'm hoping we see a little bit more of Christian Pulisic. And if we don't, let's get rid of him. Now, in regards to another striker, so we talked about Youssufa Moukoko. Now it's about Ivan Toney. Some of you guys have been talking about Ivan Toney, and I said in recent times that this guy's probably not going to be around. Like, he's probably going to get the ban. But apparently Chelsea's still interested. Ivan Toney has been a top striker target at Chelsea. I believe they're waiting to see if he gets banned betting and what ban he gets before pushing. So this one looks to be an option for the summer, depending on what happens with his ban. This is coming from Simon Phillips. There's something about Ivan Toney, like not a footballing point of view. I think as a footballer, damn good footballer. But there's something about Ivan Toney outside of football that kind of annoys me. He's always seems to be in and around controversy. You know that video that went viral when he said F Brentford. Now the betting scandal, most likely, I'd be very surprised if he gets away with this. There's about 240 cases of him with betting scandal. How's he going to survive that? There's something about this guy outside of football. It seems to be a little bit unstable. And I'm not sure if I'm willing to take the risk on getting this player. Footballing term, fantastic. But football is not just about football. These footballers, they're people outside of football. And we need to be aware what type of people they are, because that can impact their performance for the team and the entire team's sort of dynamism overall. So something to really think about. You let me know, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section, would you still go for someone like Ivan Toney, or his attitude does bother you a little bit? For me, I'm not ready for it. I'm really not ready for it. Until and unless I see some sort of prolonged period of good behavior, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about that situation. Now, more youngsters, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea eyeing up Arsenal and Fulham talent Ethan Nwaneri, hopefully I pronounced that right, and Luke Harris. Luke Harris is someone we've talked about a while back. We did a video. Chelsea seems to be very, very interested in Luke Harris, Fulham striker. Whilst Jude Soonsup-Bell holds talk over a move to Man City. This is strange. So we're looking to give up Jude Soonsup-Bell to Man City, and then we're looking to bring in. What's the difference between Luke Harris, Jude Soonsup-Bell, and some of the strikers? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, are we thinking, yeah, Jude Soonsup-Bell, yeah, we don't really trust him. Let him go. Let's get someone. It's too early to make this sort of decision, much like what we did with Declan Rice a long time ago. Too early to make a decision. At the age of 14, we let someone like Declan Rice go. Now we're looking to bend over backwards to get him for 100 million. Probably not 100 million, maybe about roughly around 80 million. Like, if I would understand if you're getting rid of Jude Soonsup-Bell and you're bringing a top-notch striker right now, and someone like Jude Soonsup-Bell simply doesn't have a future with us. But you're letting go of Jude Soonsup-Bell to bring in more youngsters who are probably going to be part of the development squad. Makes me think, well, you probably don't believe in him. Look, I'm not standing here defending Jude Soonsup-Bell. I'm just trying to understand what is the theory behind getting all of these youngsters. And there's an interesting little like theory that's going around in social media. Some people think that maybe Todd Bowley is getting all these players thinking, well, there's no way financially we can compete and make the kind of profit that we want to make at Chelsea Football Club, like some of the other clubs in world football. Maybe the best way to go around it is get all of these youngsters on a cheap as much as we can and hope that they turn out to be ballers and be able to sell them for big money, turn them around. And this is something to look out for. If that is Todd Bowley's aim down the track, we don't want some of these superstars, like some of these youngsters, to turn out to be superstars only for us to then turn them over and just make a profit out of them. Just imagine you get someone like in the likes of Saka, for instance, right? And we build, like, say, Omari Hutchinson turns out to be a gun player for us. And just when you think that he can start building a legacy at Chelsea Football Club, we sell him to, let's say, I don't know, Real Madrid, PSG for huge amount of money. And, we're back to square one again. A player that we built up, a player that we thought that maybe now is the right time to really take over and build, as I said, the legacy, we sell. So it's something to keep an eye out in regards to Todd Bowley and the new ownership, how they want to operate. And there's something about that, which I'll share with you guys very soon, 2030 vision. But before that, just quickly, Juan Foyth from Villarreal added to a list of potential targets, can play CB and right back. Look, I'm not interested. I'm not interested with Juan Foyth, and I can't see how this happens. I know he can play right back, CB, but I need better. I need better than this. So I'm not gonna spend time elaborating on this. I think he's an okay player, but I need way better than this. For a right-sided backup for Reece James. You can imagine Reece James and his level. This is why I've been talking about Dumfries. And I know some of you guys say Dumfries, no way he's going to be a backup. But that's the level I want. That's how I see Chelsea Football Club. If you want Juan Foyth, go for it. And I don't want any more CBs. I don't want any more versatility. I need proper players that are going to be brilliant on that right side. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea's Vision 2030 asked to repost. This is what I've been talking about. Have a look at this 2030 vision. Targets equal 15% of the Premier League minutes, academy players, 25% of the first team squad from academy. What's a squad these days? Is that 24 players, 25 players, 25% of that. What's that? Approximately 5 to 6 players, I suppose, to be first team players from the academy, which is okay, but you've got to have 5 or 6 players they've got high caliber to be part of the first. To be part of the first team, you can't just influx them just because you have a target. To just influx them with anyone and everyone. They've got to be quality. Like, I'm talking about Reece James quality. I'm sorry, like that's where I hold Chelsea Football Club at. So, and then above average GCSE A-level results. So that's good to see that they want our players to be smart. More academy players in pro game than anyone. Win more national, international comps than anyone. Look, fantastic to see this. Target 2030 target. That's a while away, by the way. That's 8 years away. Well, okay, you're in 2023, 7 years away, nearly in 2023, 7 years away. This is the target. I mean, it all sounds great on paper. Is it going to materialize into that? That's something for us to see down the track. We need to be patient. Look at some of these comments. So no win of trophies. It literally says more national and international championship wins than anyone. So people are saying, does that mean they are prioritizing having academy players above winning? Would explain some things. See, this is the thing. I mean, focus is a lot on academy, which is fine, but it shouldn't be just for the sake of getting academy players. It's got to be good academy players. Project Barcelona under Guardiola's success with academy graduates constituting at least 25% of the squad. Project Barcelona under Guardiola. Just remember, that was Guardiola. Are we saying Graham Potter is Guardiola? Like Guardiola, managers like Guardiola don't just fall out from the tree every day. Do you know what I mean? We need a pep manager and a GOAT among the young players. There you go. Some people are saying, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Let me know what you think about this Vision 2030. Lots being said over there. That's pretty much it for this particular segment. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Actually, do you know what? Just before you go, I do want to quickly just share this with you guys, because for me, I'm a little bit baffled by it. But have a look at this, and I'll just let you guys be after this particular tweet. So I tweeted this out a moment ago. I honestly, I don't know, for some reason I was probably a bit oblivious to it, but it just daunted me. I just realized the fact that we're 8th and we are 21 points and Arsenal's on 37 points. We're 16 points behind Arsenal after 14 matches. And I just tweeted that out. I just realized that after 14 matches, Chelsea are 16 points behind Arsenal. Let that sink in. 16 points after 14 matches. I know many fans and journalists will have several excuses lined up, but my word, there at least needs to be some sort of standard maintained. Incredible. Like, once Premier League starts, we better be on our horses. That's incredible. After 16 games to be 14 points behind, that's madness. That really is madness. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about everything that we've talked about. As I said, smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, see ya.